So to be clear, this is not really due till August, but I know you're anxious.
It was due yesterday.
Right, I know you're anxious to get it done.
It's only, I don't want to be the last meeting on the total.
No, I get it.
Because of the wording. And if we're going to do the same thing, then it's not a big
Right.
deal.
Correct. Did you, I guess my other question that goes along with this is, did you ever figure out exactly how much increase you were going to get?
Yeah, it was one night, we received one night.
No, not for the levy.
Oh.
For our general budget.
No, I did not.
Okay, that's it, yeah.
So what we're discussing here today is,
And good luck getting that number.
I know.
yeah, so
I think I
we're,
have to go in there.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So what we're discussing here today is our upcoming road levy. Whether we're going to keep it the same or we're going to not keep it the same. So it's going to be either replacement or renewal. We haven't decided yet. But I can tell you what, the roads took a beating this year, and we are trying to keep up and doing a pretty good job of it, but certainly can always use extra money.
Well, while you're saying that, John, we'll just hit this real quick with the roads, talking about Collins. Roads are obviously going to be bad this year in the county. He would like us to get in by the end of March, have us, whatever roads we want to do, we need to have it in by the end of March, so he can put it in the county's bid.
So that's the county engineer's office?
Yes, yeah, we got to figure out what roads we want to do.
Yeah, we
But
can.
like I told him, I said, hey, we got to wait till things falls out first. There's still a lot of frost on that road.
Right. So you work that out with them?
Yes.
Okay, move on. We have, two residents from the township that are interested in getting a resolution to make sure that we are all on the same page when it comes to township right-of-ways. We have a resolution here to talk about. Jason is instrumental in this. Jason, do you want me to read the resolution, or do you want to?
Yeah, do you mind if I preface this?
I don't at all. Why don't you go right ahead?
All right, I appreciate your time. Thank you, guys. So I'm here, as well as a couple other folks, representing the roads in which we live on, the properties that we own that are en route of Phase 9 of the Portage Park District's proposed side path trail on those roads. What I'm going to hand you off now is a actually, let me just read it. We, the undersigned residents and/or property owners in Mantua Township along the proposed route of Headwater Trail Phase 9 are against the proposed trail running along our property lines and front yards. We request that, 1, the township deny the Park District the ability to survey and construct a path on township-owned and managed rights-of-way on Mantua Center and Pioneer Trail roads in Mantua Township. And 2, adopt a resolution against the Park District proposed Phase 9 to not allow a trail/path be erected on Mantua Center and Pioneer Trail roads, negatively impacting each of the residents and property owners along the proposed path. So what I have here is 28 residents and property owners have signed this, and I'll leave that with you guys. I don't have copies of it, but what I can say is every single property owner that is along the proposed path on Pioneer Trail, Mantua Center, and also on Diagonal, obviously Diagonal is a county road, but along Diagonal, has signed this. There are also a few property owners that are on the other side of the road. So what you'll see there is everybody, I mean, if you really wanted to do some math, but it's everybody on the west side of Mantua Center and south side of Pioneer Trail, and also that's everyone on the east and west side of Diagonal. But we also have folks that are on the east side of Mantua Center, both property owners and residents, as well as the north side of Pioneer Trail that have signed that. So I just wanted to let you guys know that, and obviously I've been in talks with a couple of you on a resolution and worked to draft something up, and I think, John, you have a copy of this.
I think that everybody has a copy of the packet.
Okay. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Did you want me to?
Jason, if you would like to, that's fine. If you would like me to do it, that's fine too. You brought it up, and I'll let you make the call.
All right, okay. I'll go ahead and read this. A resolution disallowing the construction of the side path by Portage County Park District on or in the right-of-way of Pioneer Trail, Manaway Center Road, Manaway Township. The Board of Trustees of Manaway Township, Portage County, Ohio met regular session on March 6th at the Township Hall with the following members present: Susan Lilly, John Fest, and Matt Benner. Whereas Pioneer Trail and Manaway Center Road are owned, operated, and managed by the Township Board of Trustees. Whereas the Manaway Township Board of Trustees is committed to preserving the integrity, safety, and aesthetic of its road and right-of-ways. Whereas the construction of a side path on or in the right-of-way of Pioneer Trail and Manaway Center Road may negatively impact local traffic flow, residents' property access, and road maintenance. Whereas the Manaway Township Board of Trustees has considered the potential implications of such construction on the community and its residents along the path and deems it not in the best interest of Manaway Township. Therefore, be it resolved by the Township Board of Trustees, Portage County, State of Ohio, that the Park District is hereby disallowed from constructing a side path on or in the right-of-way of Pioneer Trail, Manaway Center Road, Manaway Township. Be it resolved that the formal actions of this board were taken in an open meeting and in full compliance with Ohio law. Be it further resolved that this resolution shall be in full force from effect from and immediately upon adoption. So if you guys are willing, that is what we're proposing the board sign.
I will make the motion to accept.
I'll second it. Well, second it.
John?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Thank you guys very much.
Resolution passed.
We really appreciate it. So.
Thanks, guys.
And just so everybody in here knows that we are not against the hike and bike trail, but we are going against putting in people's property, doing the right of way. That's just not, two things: it's not fair to the homeowners, and second thing, it's not fair to the public or somebody else who ever gets hit, because it's going to be a road hazard of having things, people walking in the road. The other thing you can understand, that a hike and bike trail is different than a bike path. I've got this all along saying, oh yeah, well, Warren's got bike paths and everybody else got bike. They do, it's on the roadway, but you don't see dogs, you don't see kids walking in the right of way in the roads. You just don't see that. Nor will you see it here, hopefully.
Yeah, there's a lot of implication that the residents in the said path have kicked back and forth, and we can't see a way forward with it. With their proposed resolution, obviously, as you guys are aware, proposed type phase 9, and they want to go 17 feet off of the road, and that takes you right to the telephone pole. And, it's so thank you, by the way.
You're welcome. And you know as well, you've served on the board for quite a long time, you and I, and as many times as we were asked, we always denied that we don't want anybody on. We wouldn't want that on our right away. So our board is on board with you. So
We can give him a copy of this right now. We can sign it and give him an original copy.
All you don't need, it's just, it doesn't need signed.
it's just resolution.
Okay, it's by
What's the
resolution. Okay.
resolution?
Yeah, 29-25.
2925, Jason.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I think what will end up happening, if somehow they do put that in, Manaway Center Road is so narrow, if you go down and you actually see two of, say, Brugman's truck or Solon Sand truck passing each other on the road, they just about hit mirrors.
That's right.
It's very, very narrow road. So what's gonna happen is if that thing goes in, they're gonna fight to stop the truck traffic on Manaway Center Road because they're gonna want to reroute it for the safety of the people on that path. And you know what happened in the town when they were going down High Street, it started a whole...
Right. We've already had one fatal out there, okay, Tommy. All right, and that's what worries me. You come around that curve, and a semi coming around this curve at the same time, and the guy coming northbound, actually heading southbound, okay, he's not going to see that. He's going to see a truck coming up the center of him. What the hell is he going to do? He's going to swerve to the right. And guess what?
Let's not spend too much time on
No,
this.
just one quick thing.
We wind up.
I was also thinking about our township roads. You know the ditches there. You know we're a low floodplain. You know the water runoff. And if a trail goes in there and you need to redo our ditches, redig, reconfigure things, wouldn't that hinder a lot of that along those roads and our
Who's
ditches?
pass that off to the homeowner? No.
Yeah, it go another how many feet to our yard, but if people start looking at the lay of the land there and so forth on those roads, it could present a lot of problems for you guys.
We'll do it.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
So let's move on. We have to,
What is the resolution number?
29-25.
29-25.
so, next thing on the list is our risk insurance. We need to send in an application. And I would propose, Matt, that possibly you and I, or you and Brian could go through this list
Equipment.
of equipment and before we approve. Well, I'm sure they want to make sure that this is in before they give us a price. So,
I just talked to Mark today, actually.
did you?
Okay.
So, you want to get that as soon as possible?
I can fill out the.
You could,
Yeah.
you could put me there. But there's,
As a representative?
they'll need an
And then,
alternative.
okay.
You want to do that?
Matters?
John, did you drop a copy of this off to Brian? Does he have?
I think I did. It was all marked up. You need
Okay.
another one? Yeah. It was all marked up, so I know there's some equipment there that is there and not on the sheet. So, okay.
The cabins. Excavator is for sure.
That's next.
I mean, I'm here, yes.
Any questions on the insurance? Anybody have a discussion?
No, just that we need to get it done. If we're going to go with them, we need to get it done, because Mark said he sent out several emails. He had my wrong email address.
Well, he did, and I sent him an email.
Yeah.
And he replied and told him that we're having a meeting today. I guess he didn't get it because he sent us another email.
Right, today. He sent
Third request.
That's what I told him, so. But he's my nice man, too.
Next, we have a new cat mini excavator. We have a used case mini excavator. We need to sell case excavator, but we need to come up with a minimum, and we need to make a resolution to sell the excavator. So, we're going to sell it on a sealed bid. So, does anybody have any idea what we should put for a minimum bid?
Better just start higher than it is low. I would say 38,000 minimum bid for that. That's a 2014, man.
2014 with very low hours.
What's low hours? What is low hours? Do you
Like
have,
1,100.
what size is it?
It's a size,
What size?
What model number?
I'm getting there, hold on.
0.5.
It's a CX55B.
Why did we go to a cat over the case?
Because the cat's the better machine.
So that's, okay. What's the downfall of the case that we have?
Why? I took the advice of the supervisor.
Okay, well.
I mean, is
not
the
to
case
say that
slower
cake is better
than a cat?
case or
Is a
a
hydraulic
cat.
slower?
They're probably both the same, probably the both, I think it's like 1,200 pound lifts or, but they're comparable, but the cat is the cat. I don't want to add the last three letters, but.
I mean, the other one's pretty new with 1,100 hours. That's
Yeah.
barely broke in.
So,
What made him decide?
so
they
the
didn't want it?
township has, throughout my time here, we feel that 10 years, it's time to
Okay.
trade it. Just like if you owned a Kubota or something,
Okay.
you get a very good return. So I think we paid about 70,000 for that. And if we get, at 10 years, if we get 40,000, that's, 30,000 in 10 years, that's 3,000 a year for, and we do a lot of work with it, especially in the cemetery, so.
So just so everybody knows, okay, it didn't cost the township anything for that. Okay, that has been purchased by the American Rescue Grant, that we received $500,000 for. So that was finishing up some of the loose ends on the money that was left over with the grant. So,
Yeah, see, Caterpillar only wanted to give us 20,000 for a trade.
As a trade-in.
Yeah.
Jason used to be pretty good at that stuff, right?
You got updated once.
Yeah, so, we do need to make a resolution for that, so. I will read it. A resolution to sell an unneeded 2014 Case CX-55B excavator by sealed bid. Whereas the Board of Trustees, Township Trustees of Mantua Township, Portage County, Ohio, has determined that the 2014 Case excavator owned by the township is no longer needed for public use, is obsolete or unfit for the use for which it was acquired. And whereas the Board of Trustees has determined that the fair market value of the excavator exceeds $2,500. So therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Township Trustees of Mantua Township, Portage County, Ohio, the excavator is hereby declared unneeded, obsolete, or unfit for its acquired use. Number 2, the Board of Township Trustees shall sell the excavator by sealed bid to the highest bidder with a minimum bid of $38,000. Should the minimum bid of $38,000 not be met, the Mantua Township Board of Trustees may reject all bids and hold another sale. Number 4, notice of time, place, and manner of the sale shall be published once a week for 2 weeks in the newspaper of general circulation in the township and posted in the office of the Board of Township Trustees, for at least 10 days before the sale. The Board of Township Trustees may also cause notice to be inserted in trade papers or other publications designed by it or to be distributed electronically, including posting the notice on the board's website and or Facebook page. Adopted this 6th day of March 2025.
second.
I did. You have to approve.
I'll make the motion then. Okay.
Susan?
Second.
I thought you were name.
John?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Resolution number
3025.
3025. Next. So there's a sign grant from state of Ohio to replace signs, traffic signs, stop signs, speed limit signs. We are up for that grant. I'd like to apply for it. I'd like to know how many signs we need. Previously, when you got the sign grant, they gave you a specific time limit to put in, to install them. I've heard all the stories that get them, and you know what I mean. If they don't come and knock, and you got the sign. So we can get a hold of Brian, Dan, Cole, you and I, take a ride around and see what we need. and apply for the grant.
John, on that grant, did they change, because I didn't read the grant, did they change any of the regulations on the signs? I mean, do we have to replace all of them? Or are they still fall within the criteria?
No, you can ask for 2, you can ask for 10.
Okay, so they haven't changed the regulations on the sign?
We did change it,
The
last time around,
Yeah.
and the big thing was the reflectivity of the signs. So I rode through a couple of the developments like Old Taylor Woods, and they're just like, non-reflective. So if someone gets in an accident, we want to make sure we're covered on that stuff. So we
One
will.
thing, can I add one thing to that, John?
Sure.
Okay, so one thing you're gonna see, we also got through the American Rescue Grant, was speed limit signs. We got 5 of them that will be, you'll see them in place in the township. Identical ones we have is like when you're going into Aurora by Edelson Road, the sign that flashes at you, tells you how fast you're going. We have those, and you'll see them probably on Pioneer Trail, on Bowen, in the school zones, and like I said, Manway Center, and there'll be a spread.
I see those flash quite a bit.
What's that?
I see them flash quite a bit.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so, just real quick, I know, during my tenure when we did a sign grant, we inadvertently ordered on the stop signs, on the stop sign posts. So that, at that time, we got posts as well. But we ordered the reflective that goes on the post below the stop sign. We ordered the 2-foot ones. I don't know why, but.
It'd be nice to have the whole thing.
Right, yeah. So just some food for thought.
Sure.
If you're replacing them or.
Yeah, we will.
I know they've been taking our farm signs. So
I think there's only one left.
there's only one
I
left
think there's only one left, yeah.
on your road.
Well, it's on Pioneer, but it's all the way to the other end.
Those are pretty expensive.
Where they-
Yeah. All right, very good. So sign grant is finished.
Sign grant.
So change of occupancy. So we recently secured the assembly permit for the annex. So assembly permit allows for our annex building, allows a maximum occupancy of 299 people. I don't think you can fit 299.
You were gonna move.
We did not have to change a thing, other than we cannot refer to the kitchen as a kitchen. Since there's no cooking in there, there's no gas stove, so from now on, we have to refer to that area as service area. This permit has to be posted inside. So for all the years I've been here, we are finally in compliance with the things that we do in that building. Whether this is going to increase our insurance, probably will. But at least we're in compliance. So as for the rest of the building, we have a few more things to resolve with the building department. We have not resolved those. There are some, and I won't say significant, but they do need to be addressed, because we could not get assembly in the building. That building will never have assembly. So Chad Murdoch is involved now. He is going to try to go through the maze. As everybody knows, that the building department has changed. Randy Roberts is back to being chief building officer. We have a new Bill, I can't never forget his last name. But anyway, he's going to be the head plans examiner for the commercial And then they're also bringing back Cochran, who used to be the CBO, chief building official.
William Ross. Bill Ross.
Bill Roth. There, thank you. So we are not, we don't know where the discussions is going to end, where it's going to begin, but we do have some problems that need to be resolved. So we will keep everybody up to speed on that. I don't want to make any wrong statements, so we'll just leave it at that. As soon as we find out what, when, and how, we will let the township know. One would have to, of course, I brought it up before, but one would have to be insurance. Anyway, that's what we have going with that.
Frank?
Along with that, his decision was made to lock the fire door
Yes.
that was recently installed.
Yes.
To
Okay,
keep
so,
the public out.
Yes, thank you, Frank. I neglected to mention that.
so that's why they actually authorized it. So just for you guys that don't know, that building, the occupancy permit was changed, the occupancy was changed back like 2014, 15, okay? It went from educational to storage and business, okay? We don't know how it got that way, we didn't approve it, there's no minutes saying it. So what they did do is they changed that annex to public assembly because of the fire code that we put in.
So the fire door, it actually has to be,
Has to be
actually it's
closed.
a 90 minute door. And it has to stay locked. Who's going to police it, I don't know, but I will definitely keep it locked, so.
I mean, as a trustee, I was not comfortable. I mean, if you get somebody in there over like 75 people, you're liable if something happens because you're not classified for that. Now we are classified because it's 299 people, so, and it's classified as public assembly. Yes, sir.
You may think about that door to the elevator. That's the back entrance to the school.
Right.
That probably should be locked too.
Yeah, well, yeah, it would.
That is locked, and
I don't know.
Can't
yeah,
get to
that is locked, and we have the master key for that, so it's probably never going to be open. So. But yeah, we do have some issues that need to be resolved. We are working on it. Our attorney is actually working on it as well. So we will keep the public informed on that. Roof replacement. So the roof, we approved the replacement of the roof. The Restoration Society has donated a very substantial portion of the cost, which was $7,000 on there.
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tell everybody that we appreciate it very much. And we also, I had Barnes Roofing over here too. He's going to give me a quote on putting the wires back up on the building. So we had ice damage, we had problems, whoever put the roof on the building didn't put the wires back. So
What was that?
the wires for, the heat wires for the gutters and the roof. So hopefully he'll give us a good price and do that when he comes to do the roof. I have no idea when he's going to come. And the weather permitting, I don't know.
That's on the Civic Center, John?
Yes.
Okay.
Jason, would you like your petition back? I got pictures of it, so you can have it. But we can make copies of it.
Yeah, if you want to make copies.
Yeah,
that's
that's
fine.
fine.
Yeah.
And here's a copy of the. Okay, columbariums. Columbariums. A columbarium is a mausoleum type granite box that people use for ashes. We were in contact with this Nelson Granite out of Canada. Met him at the show, and he gave us a very good price for power rails. Susan Lilly will be spearheading the project. We're looking at space in the cemetery for it. I think we're pretty close to nailing it down. Is that a copy of how it
This
was?
is how I want it. This is what's gonna look like.
So it would kind of look like this. There are 48 units in each one of these. They're all granite. I think they weigh 20-some thousand pounds apiece. So the show special was $18,000 per unit with 2 benches for each unit. We were getting prices for $45,000, $48,000 for 1 unit from vendors here in Ohio, and from what Nelson Granite tells us, that they buy them. So they're buying them from Canada and then jacking up the price. Now, all we need to know is money. And how would we move forward?
The bid, well, what are you talking, 16, or so you don't need to go out to bids?
No, it'd just be purchasing it and
It
do
just-
our own concrete.
It's under the bid limit, so you just
So just be a
have to.
contract and purchase.
The only thing, Susan, I think you need to figure out is how much it's going to cost the foundation.
Correct.
Because
That's why you
those,
get the measurements and everything.
right, because those are like 20,000 pounds each. So,
Mr. Horak, sir?
yes, sir.
You might want to contact that company as far as they require for the footer.
They won't, that's the only thing that they won't give you is specs. That's something that I already asked them, and that's something that you would have to have a contractor come out here. I'm sure you're going to need footers on this slab.
That's strange, because the last 2 I did, they sent me a diagram of the footer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was the $40,000 one.
Yeah, that was
No.
the 50,000.
That's the
No.
20 grand.
No, that was not, that was the 150,000.
Yeah.
They were expensive. The granite came from China. 1 foot by 3 foot by 12 foot slabs, black granite. And they said all but one, they cracked it, taken off the truck. Put the project back 3 months, to get another one. Terrible.
They call New Hampshire the granite state. You think we could get it from there?
Any other discussion on the calibariums?
No. Is it done yet?
Am I done?
No, so is it done yet?
Oh, no.
Let's get it done. Move on.
As soon as I find out what the concrete is.
Gotcha.
I think it'll be under 50, 55 maybe at the most. Do it all.
What am I gonna get here? School Lane property update. So far, for all of you that don't know, we purchased the property from Kathy Kelly before she passed away. Got a nice house, 6.5 acres of land. We had moved our fiscal officer, zoning inspector, sexton, into as offices. So we are working diligently to get it started. We have the fiscal officer there. We have recently put in the alarm system. We have enterprise Wi-Fi system with the firewall built into it. We have, Julia has her set up, all her equipment. We just put the zoning inspector's office almost together.
He's asking when it'll be ready, because he needs a computer too.
I know, we have to, we want to get the guys to move those big lateral file cabinets over there. But every time we try to do it, it snows. So we can't do it, can't. So I've been working there since I've been retired.
You've done a really good job.
And so we are really trying to get it open so we can have an open house and have a regular kind of office where people could come in there, sit down and talk to people. It's very nice. We're very proud of how it's moving along, and we can't wait to get our open house, which I'm hoping would be April, but the closer you get, the farther it gets away. For some reason, I don't know. It's just the way it is. So we hope to everybody, we'll let everybody know, and we'll have a nice open house. Okay, so we had a bicycle race here last year, a national sanctioned bicycle club. They want to do 3 races this year here. The problem with the race last year was it was held on a Saturday, and bikes and gravel trucks just don't mix. So now they want to do it on a Sunday. And there's 3 of them, and it was a very good turnout. I mean, it was really very nice. So I don't know how the board feels about it, but the dates that they have requested was June 22nd, August 10th, and September 21st. If you would like, I think...
Those are all Sundays?
Yes. I think Nick would probably be happy to come and talk to us. Or just let me know if you want to go ahead with that, and we'll just give Nick a call.
Yeah, I have no problem with it. And like I said, last year, they worried about the truck traffic more than we were worried about it, because they lived it on those bikes. And I talked to a lot of those bicyclists, and they said, you know, if we could do it maybe on Sunday, and that was a great suggestion.
Well, they had spotters on each corner.
Yeah.
They had the sheriff's office out there. Right. It was very nice. They had a nice tent, food truck, and all kinds of stuff going on over there. It was very nice. So, if you guys want, I'll just send him an email and.
John, are they looking at the same route? They call
Yeah,
it the diagonal,
same route,
the
yeah.
same route that they did?
Right. They had some professional riders.
Oh my gosh, I mean, yeah.
The guys are amazing.
Very nice, very
I was out
colorful
there and
too.
it came
Yeah,
up.
right. Yeah.
Real
So.
professionals, yeah.
You want to do a motion, John, or you just want to?
I would follow the same rules as we put last year. Make sure they put the signage up a week ahead of time. Warn our drivers that they're.
And they have shirts.
They also sent out postcards to all the residents on the route.
They did.
Yes,
Because, yeah, because
right.
I was
I
right
think
on the
that's a good
route.
idea. I think we
Which was
should.
nice to know, we kept our dogs in and we knew ahead of time.
You know, when you get an organization like this, they got their eyes dotted and T's
Oh, yeah.
crossed. They know what they're doing. They do.
Yes, and the fault.
But I just want to make sure that they have public safety in mind. which-
Right, didn't they give us a,
Yeah, they
didn't they give us some paperwork?
Yeah, yeah, insurance and stuff like that.
Insurance and everything.
So I'll make a motion to have Escape Comfort, Nick Zevchek and his team have 3 bike races here in the township on June 22nd, August 10th, September 21st, all 2025. and provide us with the proper paperwork and insurance. Matthew said.
Wait a second. John?
Yes.
Sue?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
Community event sponsorship, $1,500 for the organization that want to do something for the community. Lisa, who did the event last year, is interested in doing it again. I would think it would be okay. Just wanted the board's blessing, or if you have any comments about it. I know it was her first year. That's that Sentinel party center. And I know she tried hard. It was a first year. It was a little difficult, but I'm sure that she's been thinking about it.
Well, you know, we can house 299 kids over there.
I forget.
That's right, I forgot about
You're in charge.
I will be there.
Matthew. I forgot about that. That was a good one. So, if everybody's okay with Lisa having that.
Absolutely.
Susan, okay. So I will start the paperwork on it. I think we have to have it in by April, something.
Is that still $1,500?
1,500.
That's what she has to pay the township?
No, that's what the township gives her.
Oh, okay.
Right.
See, we're not bad people.
Yeah, we're not too bad.
It's a great.
Yeah, it's a grant to us. There are stipulations. You can't have, you can't have religious ceremonies, you can't have political events, you can't, I mean, I don't even want to go there.
I think one of the other stipulations were is the owners of that building had to chip in a little bit too.
What's that? He's bad.
I'd be happy to. You tell me how much you want me to donate.
All right.
I'll go right down and give her some
And
money.
I'll match it.
Matt, are you dressing up like the Easter Bunny?
Now that's.
Super.
That's Sue's job.
Matt,
She didn't volunteer yet.
I don't know if I don't know if they shall have it.
We used to have,
Excuse me, that's later in.
Yeah, it is.
Johnny, I don't have it this year, this Easter. See what she has.
old business. So, I saw the, Ohio Edison truck out there with the supervisor. And, I think he's starting sometime next week. I don't know if he called you or whatever. I asked him when they were going to start. We're talking about electrical for the ball fields and for the two service shops. So that's coming due soon.
The pavilion. Pavilion too.
Oh, the pavilion too, yeah. Well, I was going to ask that.
Yeah, I got all that right up on.
Was it?
Rest assured.
So anyway, anybody that doesn't know, we did a lot of underground. Everything's going to be underground. Everything's going to be no more wires, no more. It's going to be a nice even look down there. It's going to be nice and clean. The guys can put their beds up and drive all over the place now and have to worry about knocking the lights down. So that's coming up soon. Frank, Aurora Electric has been working through this cold weather, and I don't know how you guys do it. It's pretty cold out there.
Alcohol.
I think it pays off.
Yeah. The next item up for discussion. So the Civic Center had a flood, like everybody knows. Pipes burst underneath it. Sink upstairs. It didn't bust. The pipes didn't bust, but the connections came apart. Had some massive flooding. So now, we were waiting for the insurance, and I'm gonna give this over to you, but
You're doing fine, go ahead.
we did get, I did get the letter from them, wanting to get payment, and I don't, just saying, but
John,
Matt wants to keep, Matt needs to keep away, you know, and
Right.
forget any
I
paperwork.
haven't gotten any.
right,
But
so did
he's
they,
hold on, he's the expert on the insurance people.
yeah, so did they send that to the township, or did,
No, they sent it to me.
okay, but in care of Mantua Township though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did they CC the insurance company? Do you know?
No. Oh,
Okay.
look. I could look.
Because normally they'll send that to the insurance company and the homeowner, well, the business owner, whatever. So, but anyhow, we'll take it out.
Her name is,
Lisa?
no, Catherine from Serco.
Oh, Catherine Serco, yes. Yeah.
Did she, no, I don't think she, Matt, she didn't copy anybody,
Okay,
just gave it to me, just
right.
because I guess, because my name was on it.
Right, so what you need to do, John, is you need to forward that to either Lisa from the insurance, from the insurance company and the adjuster.
Can you provide me with their,
I can.
and I can send it?
Yes, I can. Absolutely.
So anyway, there's a lot of damage in the basement. We found out what the cause was of all this freezing. So when they remodeled the kitchen downstairs, they put a drop ceiling up, and then in between the drop ceiling and the pipes, the water pipes, was on an exterior wall. And so we always thought that it was freezing upstairs. We always used to keep that door open. And it never thawed out. I always wondered what the heck was going on. So when we ripped, when they came and ripped all the ceilings and everything down, it was just, I mean, it was obvious. You could see where the problem was. So once they come in there, we'll fix that once and for all. No more freezing.
So basically what we're up against now, we're waiting for the scope of work before we can move forward, so we can go out and, unfortunately or fortunately, whatever, it's going to be over the $75,000 limit, so prosecutor's office said it has to go out to bid. So all repairs go out to bid. So in doing that, we have to wait till we get the scope of work from the insurance company. And insurance companies are doing little things different. They have a third party. That adjuster is a third party. He actually just works for or subcontracts an insurance company. He's the adjuster. And that's Shane Beckett is the adjuster.
You just send me that.
I will do that, yes.
I think, and did the adjuster, did they say anything about the flooring upstairs?
Yeah, what they were going to try to do is possibly go out and have somebody finish it, refinish it, try that. And I said, you might want to take another look at that floor, because that floor is really starting to cup. I mean, it took some water on it. I mean, shit, there was 3 inches of water in half of that floor. It's probably throwing good money after bad, however you want to look at that. So we decided we're going to wait a little bit, see what that floor does, let it get all the moisture out, let it dry out, and see how bad it cups for a couple months, and then we'll go from there. But I'd hate to see them wasting money and try to refinish that. I mean, I'd love to refinish it if it would work, because I mean, that's the original maple floor.
Right.
But you'll get close to it, but you'll never replace it like that. So,
Any other discussion on that civic center? No. I think they had the softball sign up tonight.
John, I do actually.
Go ahead.
So we're going to have to figure out, you know, how we're going to insulate that. We need to sit down, take a look, because that's going to be on us. That's not going to be on the insurance company. That's going to be on us, you know. So
Well, you've seen the gap in there, I mean, you can see the
See
outside.
inside and outside.
Right.
And she
So
can
if
see
you wanna get that, if you wanna get it phoned,
it.
we do have some LPEC money, so
Okay. Yeah, I
we
understand.
can take a look. I'm kinda anxious to get it done,
What's that?
Do the best.
It could very well be.
yeah, I'm kinda anxious to get it done because
Yeah.
I think this is the last, or is there one more event and then we close?
There's one more event. Yeah.
So we're gonna close the Civic Center until it's finished, which is not a good thing. We had the elevator service completed Tuesday. They're gonna send that down to Columbus and we should get a clearance on the violation. So, again, you can't, I mean, you can't get in there, you can't. Guys are out plowing, the state's over there trying to get in. It's just hit us, so. Lastly, the outdoor signboard, I have found one, $389 if you want, now that we have the Amazon commercial. Have it ordered, have it shipped here. Half of it's going to be magnetic, and the other half is going to be a corkboard.
But they build anything over, is it weatherproof?
We're going to have to build it,
Weatherproof.
and it's going to be aluminum and glass, so
You've got to protect it. Good job, John.
it's not done yet.
Let me know if you need anything.
We all got enough on our plate as it is.
Oh, boy.
So, public comment? Thank you, Shelley. Mark,
Thank you.
number one.
Our next second Friday dinner will be March 14th from 4 to 7. Don't know what menu's going to be. Susan doesn't put that together until usually the Tuesday before the Friday event on that.
299 people showing up?
We would love it.
298 plus Mark.
298. The couple other items. A few months ago,
One second. I apologize. We'll get to that. Go ahead, Mark, I'm sorry.
when it was back in October, November timeframe, talked about a zoning of an over at in the annex. I know there's been a lot of things going on here the past couple of months, but any update as to where you are on that at all?
No, but we got a table.
You got a table?
We got a nice big
Okay,
stainless steel table now.
okay.
But no, we didn't get the warning.
Okay, just wanted to know.
But we want to buy, but we do want to get a good one. We don't want to.
Wasn't it in somebody else's hands?
That's what I thought, I was just
Yeah,
gonna
we
say
were
that.
looking at,
Some, yeah.
No, someone from your organization?
Originally Yvonne, I can't remember the last name,
Right, but I thought it went back
You know,
to you guys. again.
gave some information on it, a unit arrived, and then she said you couldn't even get it, but sheet of paper in there as such.
Right. it was-
And then there was some discussion at one of the meetings, and there was something about another unit that you folks were looking at. And if I recall correctly, Matt, you had some questions on that. That might have been in the November meeting time frame. And that was the last that, that I had heard any discussion about that. And so didn't know, where you folks were
I
at.
thought we talked about splitting one, but maybe.
I thought we put it back in their hands to present something.
Right.
Yeah,
and then we
that's
would
what I
probably
thought.
split
Yeah.
That I don't recall on that, but maybe give it some thought here and resurrect it and talk about it next
it. All we have
time.
is just to get a good one, because the one before wasn't, the one Yvonne picked out. But thank you, Yvonne, but anyhow, yeah, we need to do a little better than that.
Right, and I think there was some subsequent information on a different oven that was given to you guys on that. The last thing that occurred to me past couple of days, I believe the township has a 10 mil inside levy. It's a non-voting levy, correct?
A non-voting, yes.
I'll tell you that right now.
So with the reappraisals for that, that's not immune to the reappraisals, if I recall correctly. So as the property taxes go up, like in the step function that's going to happen through that 10 mil, unvoted levy or millage, I should say.
Yeah, that's
You're
the
going to get a
non-voting.
pay increase for that. So keep your eyes open as to how much that's going to become.
Yeah, we're gonna have a meeting, I'm gonna have a meeting with Bethany from the county, and we're gonna go down and look at all
Right, because that may, depending what you want to do with the road levy, that goes into a different fund, I believe, but, I think it's a general fund. Depending on what you guys want to do, you can pull from the general fund down into, the roads and stuff.
Just so you're aware, Mark, they have changed a lot of that now as far as how you can use that money. Like the fire department, when you had a fire levy on, remember you used to do a fire levy, then you do an EMS levy, and you couldn't pay for personnel out of the fire levy because it was strictly for fire equipment, okay? So, but now you can intermix the two, allow you to move from one to the other. Now, I don't know if they can do that with this levy here, take it out of road and bridge and put it in general fund, I don't know.
Yeah, I was just thinking with the road levy, that typically goes into the road levy fund, but with the, when you see the 10 mil unvoted, value there, that goes into the general fund, which you can pull out of there and let's say, go down and put it into your roads
Yeah,
and
you
buildings.
vice versa, but you-
My biggest question for it is that money, when our property tax just got appraised, a reappraisal of 30%, some of that should come back to the township.
Right, but you're paying taxes.
That would be on your 10 mil unvoted levy.
That's correct.
Right, yes.
Right, the fire levy, it will not, because that's why you have.
Fire levy won't?
Not fire levy, I'm sorry, the road and bridge levy, it won't because you have to replace that levy to
Right.
get that money.
Right, that's a voted millage.
Right.
That's what we talked about last month, is we didn't want to hit the public. If we were going to get X amount of dollars into the general fund from that 30% property valuation increase that we had, we may not have to rerun that levy, the replacement levy for the road and
You would
bridge.
have to, if you did a replacement levy at, what is it, 1.5 mil?
Yes, it's
It
one
would
of
be
them.
based on the new,
Well, I can tell you exactly, it's, that's bringing in $193,000 a year, and if we rerun it as a replacement levy, it'll bring in $330-some thousand.
right. The other thing I was thinking of is that since you have this 10 mil bucket unvoted dollars, that's more money that's going to be coming into the township that, you folks could decide where you want to divvy that out.
And what I also don't understand is how they turned and used it for last year's tax money. And we haven't got that, we didn't get that for last year.
No.
When you paid your property taxes, that was with the 30% increase. Your property taxes went up.
That'll be, if I recall, that will be next year when you'll see that. Because you want
Ours just went up
to
now.
yours.
Mine went up $1,000.
Yeah. If I recall, your taxes are basically 1 year in arrears.
They are,
Right.
Yeah,
but everybody's went up.
For some reason, our taxes went up.
Yeah,
And
everybody's went up.
why they went up that quick, I don't know.
Yeah, that's where nobody knows. I think that's where Carol Powell's at right now, trying to get some answers tonight.
Well, the county's got they hold all the cards, they got that
Yeah,
money
they do.
already.
And they love
They're gonna
it.
give it to you.
No, they keep
Or
it.
us, yeah.
They love it. They're sitting there laughing at us.
So I don't know if they're laughing.
Right, no, that's good.
They're certainly not thanking us.
Right.
But yeah, that's true. And of course, the trustees are always anxious to not raise people's taxes because
Right.
our taxes go up too, so.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to wait and see this.
Yeah, I appreciate
There's
that.
that other area not to forget about that,
Anything else,
township's gonna get. No, I'm done, thank you.
Frank Work?
I got one comment you mentioned about taking the ceiling down in that kitchen in the Civic Center. I
Already
would
done.
highly recommend turning that thermostat up to 70 plus help dry that floor out.
They
Don't be
did.
afraid to, it's gonna cost you a few dollars now, but you might save
Save
that
it, yeah,
floor.
yeah.
Crank it up.
It's up, actually.
I don't know.
It is. Frank, I have something before you go.
That's great, Marty.
Oh, Graham, had read your Friday, did you sign it? Oh, you did
I
sign it.
printed for you.
No, you didn't.
Oh, did I?
No.
No, I'm good. I don't
Graham
have,
Harm.
I don't have anything.
Terry.
Just a couple things. When you're looking at redoing the roads this year, last year the Portage County engineer on Sheldon Road used a different contractor. He's out of like somewhere near Zanesville. And they came in using a different kind of stone. And it was mixing a real, kind of like a 57, but not 57. It was real rough. It mixed it with the tar, and then it put clean gravel over it. And then they came back 2 months later, and then they just put like a regular covering over that. And they claim that with the heavy garbage trucks and stuff, it's supposed to hold up better than other roads. And our road, they did it last year. It held up great this winter. We don't have a chuck hole on the road. And I don't know if it was cheaper or what, but I actually tried to get them to buy, gravel from either Lakeside or Brugman. And they said, they tried already, they said it's only available in Massillon, Ohio. There's only 2 pits in Ohio that have that type of gravel. And it might be cheaper than what we do when we just go out for bid.
It actually is.
Okay.
I talked to Mike Collins about that today. He's ecstatic about that company. And for life, I can't remember the name of it, Terry, but it's much cheaper and he thinks it's a better product.
Well, yeah, and when they first put it down, it was pretty rough. And I went, oh my God. And the guy goes, look, in 2 months, we're gonna come back and we're gonna put a coating over the top. But the idea is with the garbage trucks and everything else, he says it's not gonna break apart. And then they, they did little sides and everything, and that road's perfect this year.
Yeah, good.
And then, what's the other thing I was gonna add? Oh, apparently a couple of weeks ago, one of our salt trucks ditched over on Frost Road. Loaded, went off the road and by Blair Kukowski's on Frost. And Mark Brugman, they couldn't pull it out with the other truck. And Mark Brugman put a cement mixer on it, loaded, and pulled it out. I was just wondering,
One of our trucks?
one of our trucks.
No.
That's
Shouldn't
Township.
That's Shaler'sville.
Where is
No, he
Shaler'sville?
thought,
That was an accident.
well, Blair thought, he said, he thought it was Mantua Township. He goes, why is your truck overturned? I said, no.
It's the first I've heard of that. And they would have told me.
Yeah, we would
We didn't know
have, yeah,
that.
we would.
You would have.
No, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like,
Yeah,
why?
because Shaler'sville's a half a mile.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought. Why would we be in Shaler'sville?
And that's where we went down to turn around.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I know he went out there though, to try and pull him off the tractor, and he said, no, we got another truck and they're trying to pull us out. But he goes, why would your Mantua Township truck be over here? I said, I have no idea.
Because the line, where the line is, and
Yeah.
it did go down and turn around.
Right.
You get material from Lakeside?
Not anything this time of year.
No, not in the winter for salt.
But we do sometimes.
That's
Anything goes down and got sand.
That's all.
Possible.
Doris.
Just thank you.
Jan is gone. Steve is here. Hi, Steve. It's been a long time since
It's
you've
been a
been.
while since I've been here. It's good to see all your smiling faces.
How you doing?
Good. And just want to wish you all a belated Happy New Year and keep things going good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Nice seeing you. David.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, it's a good idea about turning up the thermostat in the Civic Center. You might consider putting a couple fans in there to keep that air circulating, and it might speed things up a little bit, rather than just having it sit there, Moving air is always better to dry stuff out. And I've never heard the final purchase price on the Kelly property? I missed it somewhere.
On the what, I'm sorry?
The Kelly property on street.
$198,500.
Okay.
I believe it was $198,500.
Okay, okay, thank you.
It was appraised, I think,
I was gonna say, yeah,
286.
it was under appraised.
Oh,
yeah.
You got it real cheap.
Yeah. She's appraised.
Now, one thing, you're gonna have to maintain the ditch that goes down through it now.
Yeah.
Because that's backing water up almost to the garage. When you come down 82, you can see it, it's just standing there. So, I know Nathan Cavanaugh said that he's having a problem because
He was.
it's backed up.
Yeah.
So that's now the township's property, responsibility, whether it's a township ditch or not.
I should probably clean my dam out then that I put on there.
Is that?
I should clean my dam out, that I dammed it up down a little bit down.
Yeah, right. It doesn't show on the Kelly property, but it does show south.
You said shit rolls down there, or doesn't it?
No, I think it's not rolling downhill now.
I got enough problem with beavers back off the road.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, everybody. We still got a couple of things, I guess, to discuss yet. Matthew, you
Well, I
got
just have the one I wanted to give.
pavilion,
Yeah, pavilion's moving along. Give Danny the specs for the concrete and the sonotubes that we have to put in, and that's it. Pick a date, we'll pour it, and they'll come in and wreck it. Oops, I'll get that.
I have a couple of questions too.
You go ahead.
Peck Road.
What?
So Rich brought that up, so about closing the end of it. I mean, you remember that? I don't think we should leave that open. I think we should kind of figure that one out. And then I also have a question on the Randall Cooper. Since he is in compliance, he's there. We're still collecting $1 a day. I think that should end. I think that's over with.
No, it's not, it's corridor,
For how long?
5 years, and then he has to